All right, third grade angels, welcome back for lesson 91, multiplying three-digit numbers, part 1. All right, that's our new concept today. And if you're joining us, if you're using your book, this is page 495 in lesson 91, page 495 in your Saxon math book. All right, let's see what it says for a new concept. Gwen and Theo are guessing the number of pennies in a jar. They cannot empty the jar and count the pennies, so they think of other ways to estimate the number of pennies. Remember, estimate means not an exact answer, right? So they want to estimate the number of pennies in the jar. Sometimes we want to find the answer to a how many question when we cannot count. We can use math sense to estimate how many instead. In the next few lessons, we will practice different methods of estimating. Gwen and Theo found an empty jar like the penny jar. They put 200 pennies in the jar. The jar was only partly filled. So there's the jar with their 200 pennies, and here's the one they're trying to find out how many are in there. Gwen and Theo estimated that they would need 8 times as many pennies to fill the jar completely. They multiplied 8 times 200 to estimate how many pennies would fill the jar. So remember, since it's an estimate, it's not going to be the exact number of pennies, but it might get them kind of close. So we have 200 times 8. So here's their 200, and then they thought that 8 times that amount would get them to about the top of the jar. All right, so let's see how they got their answer, 1,600. Okay, down here I've got a marker board and a marker. All right, so we had 200 pennies in the jar times 8. Excuse my handwriting. It's a little difficult when you're doing through a phone. All right, so here we go. So what we do is you multiply this number here. Notice we have 3 digits on the top. So we're going to do this. Here's your ones, here's your tens spot, and here's your hundred spot. So we do 8 times the one in the 1 spot, 8 times the digit in the 10 spot, and then 8 times the digit in the 100 spot. So we have 8 times 0 is 0, of course. 8 times 0 again, 0. 8 times 2, 16. If you forget your times tables, you can always look on times tables chart, which is in your planner, or in lesson 89 in your book as well. So that's how they got it. How they got 1,600. Okay, when 8 times 0, 0, 8 times 0 again, 0, and 8 times 2, 16. Notice for this one, we know that 8 times 2 is 16, and all the other digits are zeros. So a fast way to do it could be just to put 16 and then 2 zeros, since we have 2 zeros here. So that's a faster way to do it, to do this kind of problem. If you have just two digits here and with the rest of them zeros, like we have an 8 and a 2 and then the rest of them zeros, that's a faster way that you could do it if you wanted. Okay, let's go back to our book up here and see what else we have. Here's another example. On the next page, we have 7 times $250. Okay, and it shows you some steps here. So let's go through them on our marker board. Well, I would probably put the $250 first as we stack our numbers, one on top of the other, and then times 7. Notice I'm putting this in the ones column, okay? Here's our ones column, our tens column, and hundreds column, just as usual. All right, we're going to do the same steps as we did for this problem, okay? We have 7 times 0, 7 times 5, 7 times 2. Okay, ready? 7 times 0, easy peasy, 0. Okay. 7 times 5, you remember? 35. Put my 5, and then check this out. We're going to carry the 3 up here, just as if it was an addition problem. Remember, in addition, we carry the 3. Okay, so we've done 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 5 is 35. Put the 5, carry the 3. 7 times 2 is 14. Now, you might remember from an earlier lesson that when we have this number on top here, we're going to add it. So 7 times 4 is 14, right? Plus 3 more is 17. So we've got $1,750. 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 5 is 35. Put your 5, carry your 3. Very similar to an addition problem. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 3 more is 17. So, or, we could have done an addition problem. We could have put 250. We could have added it 7 times, right? And we would still have a 3 to carry in that case as well. But doing it this way is a lot faster, isn't it? Okay, so let's do one more just to make sure we got it. This is one from our lesson practice, and it's going to be one on your document that you're going to do as well. Let's try 750 times 4. I'll come down here. We got a little more room. 750 times 4. Perfect. Okay, same thing. Do the ones, multiply by the ones, then multiply by the tens, and multiply by the hundreds, right? And if we had another number, we would multiply by the thousands and just keep on going. Okay, 4 times 0 is 0. Check, got that. 4 times 5 is 20. So we put the 0, carry the 2. And then 4 times 7 is 28. Don't forget to add this up here. 4 times 7 is 28. Plus 2 more is 30. You got it. $3,000. Notice that there's money. Don't forget your labels, okay? That's pretty important there to not forget your labels. Alrighty. Now, as you do these problems, do them on paper, or if you have your own marker board and marker, perfect. Work them out and then just go ahead and type your answer on the document, but go ahead and work them out though, so that you make sure you've got the right answer. These quite are not problems where they're just going to pop into your head. So as you're doing your work for your Google document, make sure you're doing it with paper and pencil or a marker and marker board, and to find out your answers first. Okay. See you next time. Bye.